Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with DR Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message. I just want to say that if you guys are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. And for those of you who are returning back, I want to say welcome back. Keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now for some of you, or it could be happening a few days from now, a couple of weeks from now. Just take it how it resonates. It's going to be different for everybody. So anyway, make a long story short, I'm sorry. Just to let you guys know, I've been actually dealing with something for like the last 3 weeks, should I say. And honestly, I just feel like I'm just being really so tested. And I have to remind myself to keep in mind that God said that there were going to be events that are divinely orchestrated and controlled by him. I have to remind myself of that. And I say that to say that there's some things that I just kind of, let me just say this, like, just to be honest with you guys, like, there's some things that, you know, that, let me just say that are kind of being, I feel like it's being projected at me, should I say, in a sense, by someone who's close to me, should I say, but, or should I say near and dear to my heart. But I say all that to say that I'm really being challenged, should I say, in that aspect of my life, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so with all that being said, I just wanted to let you guys know that this message came through on December 29th. So I am a little late with the message, but not too late, but I'm here now to deliver the message. Oh, I'm sorry. This message came through on the 27th. The message I'm about to give right now came through on the 27th. This one came through in the form of, I saw someone who has a house, and it's almost like they repainted their house in a sense, and repainted their house because I saw like a realtor as well too. So that was just letting me know that somebody's about to repaint their house and put it up for sale. That's what I saw. So I say all that to say that, yeah, some people may be finding themselves painting their house, whether they repaint it or not, or just painting their house and putting it up for sale. So that was one message. Then I had another message that came through. Oh, I forgot this one. And this message came through on the 28th, right? So this message came through in the form of, it was so funny how God had given it to me. And bear with me, y'all, because I've been running here, been running there, doing this, and certain things have been just kind of knocking me off my grind, should I say. But I have to make it a point to not allow it to distract me and get me back to the place where I need to be, should I say. Anyway, so this message came through on the 28th. So this message came through, and it was just letting me know for you guys, for some of you guys, to be mindful of people, because way it came is like somebody was laying in a bed, right? And then it was almost like, it's almost like they were laying in a bed, kind of, I got the feeling like of being like, I don't want to say childlike, but they was just kind of laying in the bed. I got the feeling like was in a happy space. Thank you, Spirit. I got the feeling of being like in a happy space, should I say. But I say all that to say, and it's like they had obviously decided to leave someone in a sense. So even if some of you guys, whether you left already or not, or whether you're thinking about leaving, should I say, I just view the camera and make my face look really sunken. It's okay. Anyway, sorry, y'all. But anyway, so with all that being said, either, like I said, it's a situation of either some people are thinking about leaving or some people have actually left. And I say all that to say it's almost like for those people who have actually left, or whether they're thinking about leaving, I saw this came in a form of they were in their bed, laying down, just kind of chilling, like let's just say on their stomach or whatever the case may be. But then it, like Jada Pinkett Smith had showed up in the dream, right? And don't dismiss what I'm saying, because Spirit was showing me her, but just to let me know what type of energy that you're kind of dealing with, to let me know what type of energy or a person that you're dealing with. So I say all that to say that, and the first thing that came to mind was, it's like, the gentleman was laying on the bed, and take it how it resonates, because it could be vice versa, meaning like there could be a female laying on the bed and it could be a male speaking to somebody. So everybody's situation is going to be different. So anyway, so Jada Pinkett Smith was standing alongside of the bed, like near where the pillows are at, usually near the headboard or whatever. So she was just kind of standing there, like leaning on up against the wall while the person was laying in the bed. and they weren't asleep, but they had on clothes, but they was just laying in the bed. So I say all that to say, and I got the feeling that she was trying to convince him to come back to her, should I say. But the way she was doing it was, and how she said it was, she said, well, well, come on, and in so many words, like, come on, just like stop tripping, in other words, and come on back to me, and I'll let you buy me some soy-based ice cream or whatever. So it was just letting me know that soy-based ice cream is not cheap, so it can be kind of expensive. So that was just letting me know that it was almost like, so you can continue to buy me the expensive things. In other words, like, stop tripping, like, come on, like, let's go back to doing what it is that we normally would do and keep going on this roller coaster ride. And you leave and I convince you to come back, and and we just keep doing this cycle. So some of you guys are being asked to get out of that cycle, and it could be a situation I'm being asked to get out of a cycle as well too. But anyway, so with that being said, I say all that to say that that's how it came through. But Spirit had also told me as well too that you know how Jada Pinkett Smith had said, I don't know that gentleman's name, but the guy that she was involved with during the time, I guess she was still married to Will Smith, should I say? But I guess instead of her saying like, she had an affair, she chose to dress it up and say she had an entanglement, should I say? I mean, it's still the same thing, but anyway, so with all that being said, I guess for her, she was just trying to lessen the blow. So it was just letting me know, somebody who's just like a smooth talker or whatever. So whoever this person may be, it's not necessarily Jada Pinkett Smith, but it's just letting me know that's the type of energy that one may be dealing with. So just be mindful that they're a smooth talker, in other words. So anyway, so that was a message that came through on the 28th. And then I also saw that somebody was like shopping, or somebody was thinking about going shopping and shopping for some high-end kind of like quality clothes, for whatever particular reason. But the colors that I was seeing was like black and gray. And you know how you see clothes that has, I don't want to say ruffles, but they're kind of, you know how you take a fan, a paper fan, and fold it like that? It had that type of folded, I don't know what you call it, folded fabric on there, along the top part of the shirt somewhere. Anyway, so that was just letting me know that, again, some people are thinking about buying some high-end quality type clothing or whatever. So, and then the message that I received on the 29th, I received 3 messages on the 29th. So on the 29th, this message came through, and it was, okay, this one was very interesting. So I know some of you guys are dealing, and I feel like you're dealing with this situation now. And even if you're not dealing with it now, you may be about to find yourself dealing with it, should I say. But it came in a form as if I was like walking on this sidewalk, right? And for some particular reason, so instead of me seeing the darkness that was coming, like imagine some darkness being on the sidewalk. When I say darkness, imagine like a dark tunnel, but there's no tunnel there, but it's just darkness. So that's how I was seeing it. It came in a form as if I was walking, but then all of a sudden this darkness just kind of appeared like this on the sidewalk. And then all of a sudden I found myself in the midst of darkness, and I thought, but there were other people in there as well too. So other people was going through that tunnel as well too. But again, it wasn't a physical tunnel, but it was just like an energetic tunnel that was there that I could see. So I saw that I was in there and walking through there, and for some particular reason I pulled my back leg out, and I just kind of stretched it out, because then I got the feeling like I was just trying to feel my way through there. And it's like it's almost like I felt like I was there, but then I also saw myself there at the same time as well too. So anyway, with all that being said, I could see other people again who was also going through there as well too, like a person on a bicycle, and other people kind of walking through there as well too. So it's just letting me know that some of us, we're going to go through this dark period, should I say, but just know that there was light, and it was just letting me know that there was light at the end of the tunnel. Because at the end of the tunnel is like after people came from out of the darkness, should I say, it's almost like, it's almost like for some particular reason I came out of the darkness, but then I felt like I ended up in like this office space, like a business office space, I got the feeling like it was like a private business. I don't know if it was like a dental office or something like that. But anyway, so with all that being said, that was just letting me know that some people are just, after coming out of that darkness or whatever, some of you guys are going to find yourself stepping into your purpose. You're not going to necessarily know. It's almost like stepping into the purpose. But you have to go through the darkness in order to get to the purpose, should I say. Anyway, so this next message that I received was, this one was a little weird, but I was like, Spirit, what are you trying to tell me? Anyway, so with that being said, I saw like two people, right? And I got the feeling like, okay, it came in a form like it was two people, maybe possibly on like a business trip, because there were two, let's say, beds in the room, whether it was a twin bed or whether it was a two full-size beds, but there were two double beds in the room. And these two men, for some particular reason, and take it how I resonate, because Spirit is also telling me too that it could be either two men or it could be a situation of just a female carrying a male energy, should I say. So be mindful of that as well too. But these two people were like on a, I felt like some sort of, like they were in a hotel room, but there was two full beds there, but the two of them didn't care for each other for some particular reason. They was like bickering and fighting with each other. But anyway, so with all that being said, it's like, it's kind of like they was just nagging at each other and going back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. Like one couldn't stand the other one and the other one couldn't stand the other. But then it's almost like the one guy, okay, so one guy actually had like a full lion mane's beard or whatever the case may be. The little, the little beard or whatever. Anyway, so the other guy didn't really have all that, but I say all that to say he got tired of the guy who was talking with the beard. He got tired of hearing him talking. So he got up off his bed and he walked over to him, in other words, and he got in his face like this, right? And then, but the dude was leaning up against the headboard like this, so he didn't know what to expect. But his body was kind of like this in a sense. But anyway, so he got tired of hearing the other dude fussing and complaining. So he went over there to him and he got in his face like this. And then next thing you know, he kissed him, like, kissed him on the mouth or whatever the case may be. And then I was like, huh? And then so after that, it's like, it was almost like there was a camera. It's almost like there was a camera facing upward, that I was standing at the foot of the bed, but I could see what was happening. But it felt like it was like a camera. And you can see in between, let's just say this guy's chest, but in between the other guy's chest as well too, like in between like this, as he was giving him a kiss or whatever. But then next thing you know, it's like, so you see the kissing part, but then all of a sudden it just seems like it scrolls down to like his private area, right? So, and I mean, as weird as it may sound, it seemed like it scrolled down to his private area, but then I could see his male phallic, should I say. But, and I was like, huh? I was doing all this in the dream or whatever. And I was like, huh? But he wasn't aroused or anything like that, but I could just see it. So it was just letting me know, because his male phallic was being shown, that was letting me know that he was deciding to let his guards down a little bit. In other words, like let his guards down, not to be holding on to, for whatever it was he was fussing and complaining about. It's almost like that one little kiss changed his mindset, should I say. And again, take it how it resonate. Don't just look at it as, oh, this sound like this is something that's gay or whatever. Please don't do that. Just be open and be mindful of what I'm trying to say, because it could be a situation that it could be coming in the form of a female, or it could be coming in the form of a male. Because like I said, one dude didn't have pretty much a whole lot of facial hairs, but then the other guy had, the facial features. So again, it could be a situation of, it could be masculine as well as a feminine, should I say. But, again, it was just showing me just the type of energies. Like, in other words, it could be two masculine energies, meaning it could be a female carrying the masculine energy and then a male also carrying a feminine energy. So take it how it resonates. So don't just focus on what I'm saying because I say it's two men, because again, it may not even be that way. It may not even be that way, but although it could be that way for some people, but not all. But anyway, so with all that being said, that was it for that dream. And then let's see. And then this last dream was, okay, in this last dream, it came in a form as if I heard somebody kind of like, it was like somebody reminding me and my family, reminding me that they have surgery, right? And they were saying, hey, don't forget I have surgery. And yeah, they were saying that I have surgery the next day. So they basically wanted to remind me so that I make sure that I didn't forget. And I said, I didn't forget. So somebody may be finding themselves dealing with the situation of, somebody reaching out to you, just making sure that you're going to be there and kind of support them as they go through whatever it is that they're going through. And some people, I'm keep hearing too, for some reason, for some particular reason, energetic spiritual surgery, or whatever the case may be. Spiritual surgery could be just a cleaning out, a get rid of, like everything that they would do in the physical, it's being done spiritually, cleaning out stuff or getting rid and suction, opening up wounds is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. Opening up wounds and clearing out stuff and so on and so on. So again, take it how it resonates. But anyway, those were all the messages that I received. But I have 2 decks here that I'm going to pull. If you choose to stick around, I'm going to pull a message, just the overall message of what Spirit wants you guys to know. And then we're going to end it there. Okay? So with all that being said, let me just do this real quick. All right. Thank you, Divine Spirit of Light. So funny because this first card came out was truth. Like truths are being revealed. Truths are being revealed. Take it how it resonates. Thank you, Spirit. What message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective that you want them to know in regards to these prophetic messages? What messages? What messages? What messages do you have that are pure white light and pure unconditional love only? What messages do you have that is of pure white light and pure unconditional love only? What messages do you have that are pure white light and pure unconditional love only? What messages do you have that are pure white light and pure unconditional love only? Bear with me, y'all. I had to alter my space today. What message do you have for us, Spirit? What message do you have for the collective? Good Lord. We got feminine energy. And I said that earlier. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I gave you guys that message. Yeah. Feminine energy. Inner journey. And I just said that, right? Journeying within. In regards to going through that darkness in order to get to the light of the end of the tunnel. Can y'all see that with the glare? Okay, anyway. And then we also have anger. Thank you, Spirit. Can you see that? Anger. And then we also have the death card. So, in other words, some of you guys, and I just said that too. Remember when I said the 2 guys in the video is just like one was just kind of nagging at the other one or whatever, just nitpicking in some sort of way. But, the anger card is here. And some of you are having to being asked to journey within. So we also have the death card, dying to the old ways, releasing and dying to the old ways, not physically dying, just dying to the old ways of doing things. And then we have duality here. And then we also have struggle. Some of you guys may find yourself struggle with that situation. And what Spirit is bringing to my attention, because there are 3 different layers here, in order to get down to the deep layer of things is almost having to go through certain layers in order to get there. But anyway, let me read these messages real quick. Bear with me because this book is pretty short, so this message won't be that long. Or should I say it's not up. Okay, so we're going to start with struggle first. Struggle. Struggle is a part of this life. So much so that we probably know people who seem to consistently attract one struggle after another into their lives. So true. This is their comfort zone while struggling is natural. It is natural only so far as it lends itself to learning lessons and overcoming interpersonal challenges. Beneath every one of these struggles is the gift of enlightenment, the satisfaction of a lesson learned. Use the knowledge as the light at the end of your dark tunnel. And I just said that, right? About the tunnel. Thank you, Spirit. Use the oh God, I'm so tongue twisted. Must be coming up on Mercury retrograde soon. Use the knowledge as the light at the end of your dark tunnel. What lessons is this struggle teaching you? Alternately, after a brief setback, this situation will start to right itself. I just said that. Thank you, Spirit, for showing up. Now we got the Death card. Let's read that one. I tell you, I really love when Spirit shows up, because I don't want to be out here deceiving anyone. You know, whatever messages, prophetic messages that come to me, I try to deliver them the way that I see as they come to me, so that I can make sure that, you know, to make sure that I'm delivering the right message. Anyway, death is scary. Endings, whether they are planned or a surprise, are most often accompanied with a sense of anxiety, unease, or more strongly with denial and refusal to let go of the person, relationships, or situations that is ending. Endings always signify beginnings. As in the New Beginning card, this card urges you to let go gracefully. Do not attach yourself to the emotions and the energy of what is ending. Feel it, experience it, and then let it go. A slight shift is perception is sometimes all that is needed to experience this transition with grace and ease. Instead of thinking of, no, I have to start all over again, shift your perception slightly and think, yay, I let go to start all over. And I'll be the first to tell you, my whole life was turned upside down. I felt like I had pretty much lost everything except the house that I'm in. And I'm so grateful for, you know, God saw a spirit in regards to, you know, making sure that me and my kids have. And I'm also grateful for, you know, the things that my spouse that I'm separated from, you know, the things that he does in other words, to support the situation. Let me say like that. I'm grateful that he steps up to the plate and does what he needs to do, should I say. But more importantly, I'm most grateful for everything that I have. And I don't take that for granted. So anyway, instead of thinking, oh no, I have to start all over, shift your perception slightly and think, yay, I let go to start all over. The shift will rise your energetic vibration and carry you through this time of change. This card can also signify endings of a troublesome situation. So I don't know about y'all, but whatever y'all may be dealing with, but for me, I'm dealing with a situation like this. This is the third time, like it has come in threes, should I say. So I say all that to say that, you know, I did that message prior to this when I talked about the train. That there was a train and somebody kept trying to hop on this train and go full steam ahead and willing to follow this train wherever this train may went. Even though sometimes this train may have went to destructive places, like, you know, I mentioned that the train kind of bust through the wall and went down through the beams of, you know, it felt like a big ass, like an apartment building, but just imagine going down through the beams if the actual apartment buildings wasn't there, but behind the tiles of the wall, just imagine just beams and stuff beams being there, meaning like the full houses weren't really completed, like, you know, how the framework that they put up before they actually start building with the plastered walls and, you know, and all that other stuff. But, you know, even to the end of it coming in the third form of actually the train crashing into the water, and then the alligators were there, and then it's almost like that's then when they kind of got the wake-up call, in the sense of like, oh shoot, I'm swimming in here with alligators, I gotta get my ass out of here. So I don't know what that may look like for you in your situation, if you're even dealing with that situation. But and then we have duality. I'm going to read that one real quick. So it says duality, black and white, good and evil, yes and no, ups and downs, and ups and downs, and wants and don't want. These are all examples of dualistic thinking. What if you banded these labels from your thoughts for a day? What would happen? Would the world end? Doubtful. Would some person get away with something? No. Would you attach less emotions to a bad situation or drama? Possibly. If that happens and there is less attachment to a situation, you could keep your vibration high, which would enable you to deal with more successful with your situation that comes your way. Even though most bad situations work out in the end. It is your choice to be drama free or spend a lot of time in energetic waste. Spending a lot of time and energetic waste on a situation that will turn out okay in the end. What do you choose? I know I need to go back and read that one for myself again, just with the situation that I'm dealing with. And then you also have this anger card, right? So it says a very strong and primal emotion. Anger sometimes catches us by surprise. At other times it seeth just under the surface, simmering a long while until it boils over, scattering anyone who is close. Anger is based on fear of loss of control, fear not being loved, fear of being judged, fear of not being enough. When anger enters your life, be it yours or someone else's, go beneath the surface and try to address the real fear that was triggering it. Anger doesn't go away without addressing the underlying fear. Alternatively, be aware of someone's anger directed towards you. So, and then we have inner journey. And then, let's see, 35. That's not the same card. Am I reading that right? Oh, I'm sorry. 35. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay, inner journey. Here we go. And see, I'm seeing that these are the different stages in life. Think about your 20s, maybe your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You know, that's what I'm getting from this. So keep the wheel of life, how it just keeps turning and we keep evolving and keep learning different lessons. As we learn one lesson, we go on to the next lesson. And every lesson is going to be different. So it says, not all whom wonders are lost. At times, we are so consumed with our own personal journey that we project our journey onto another. Every soul arrives on this planet with lessons to learn and a life to live. For as many souls there are out there, there are that many different journeys. Do not judge another's journey. Always respect where another person is on their path. Meet everyone you come in contact with where they are on their path. Do not insist that they come to Do not insist they come to where you are. By doing this, you will not only expose those around you to your own healing vibration, but you will offer them acceptance without judgment. This is a great gift to both give and receive. So I guess it's just something that we can all keep in mind, you know, with situations. I know sometimes myself, maybe, you know, I know that all souls are different. We all learn different lessons. And I have to remind myself that souls are beautiful, and they are in their own little way. But when it affects you and it is close to you, it's almost like your training kind of, I'm not going to say it doesn't necessarily go out the window, but it's almost like you're really being tested, should I say. Like, so it's almost like, as long as it's not affecting you, you can have that type of attitude. But then it's like, it's almost like spirit is getting you to trying to shift your mindset and your perception because it's near and dear to you or whatever it is that you may be dealing with. So anyway, this last card is the last card for this deck. And then I'm going to pull some from the Angels Oracle deck real quick. It says feminine energy, darkness, the moon, the tides, the quiet gestation before the chaos. And it's so funny because I've been telling my daughter, I was like, it's too warm outside. Seemed like the last few days it's been so warm, and I was just like, oh my God, like this is the calmness, and it's been quiet. Like normally we go walking early in the morning, like way before the sunrise, like probably 2 hours before the sunrise or whatever the case may be in my location. But I say all that to say it's been absolutely quiet. Normally I see runners and them running in their little groups with their little bright lights, you know, for the cars to see them, and I have not been seeing that lately. So I'm just like, okay, like I've been feeling like it's just been myself, my daughter, and you know, the dog walking or whatever the case. So it almost felt a little strange, whereas before we would always see people. I'm like, good Lord, there's been a more increase of people coming out this time of the day. But anyway, I say all that to say I've been seeing less since Christmas time. As a matter of fact, right before Christmas, I started to see less people, you know, and I'm not sure if it's just because it is holiday season. Maybe people may be traveling and doing, you know, just doing other things, but it's just been like absolutely quiet. I was like, okay, this is like the quiet before the storm. And I just get this feeling just because when, like I said, when God showed me that red phone, I was like, okay, I know what that means or whatever the case may be. And how it may present itself, I don't exactly know. But it's just a matter of just being mindful of it. And just not only that, but just the information I just shared with you about some about to find themselves going through a dark tunnel, in other words. But they're going to come out the other end of that tunnel, what I'm hearing Spirit say is being transformed, because it's like you got to go through the darkness. And I remember going through a tunnel and coming out, I was like, oh my God. When I saw myself coming out of that tunnel, I was like, whew, thank you, Lord. But then I felt like you come out of one tunnel and it's like, oh my God, like I'm going through another one, really? But anyway, but it was some sense of hope with just seeing myself coming out of that tunnel. So I was like, oh yes, like we're here. But then it's just like, okay, then it was another lesson. So I say all that to say that's why God said expect the unexpected and just go with the flow. So sometimes I just stop telling myself, not because I'm sitting here saying, oh God, I'm coming out of one tunnel. I just go with it. Just go with it. Just go with, okay, Lord, what next? What next? You know, I'm not saying that I don't want to not get my hopes up, but it's just like, I just don't want to be thrown off guard, should I say. And I was a little thrown off guard because like I said, because, you know, the last 3 weeks I've been kind of dealing with something. Anyway, so this is just very important. So please listen, hear this message out. It says, okay, I'm sorry. This is okay. Darkness, the moon, the tides, the quiet gestation before the chaos, the void. These are all aspects of feminine energy: passive waiting, gestation, and nurturing. It is the opposite of the prior card, so very different, yet the perfect of companion. Perhaps you have yet to find your feminine side. The life you are leading right now has given you opportunities to embrace this part of you. But between the two opposing energies, feminine energy is the hardest one to embrace. It requires to trust in lack of fear. Being a lack of fear. Trust that all is as it should be in the absence of the fear of things. So in other words, people who God Soul Spirit have been asking, you know, some of us to remove and release people out of our lives, should I say. This is talking about the fear of just letting people go. You know, once we let people go, it's almost like you let one energy go. You know, it's almost like when you hold that hand too tight, we're trying to hold on certain things, and all of a sudden like God is trying to peel your fingers back and like, no, let go, let go, let go. Because that thing that you hold on to too tightly, in other words, it'll be snatched from you. So just be mindful of that as well too. And you know, when we learn to release and let go, it's always like we're freeing the person. If they were meant to be in our lives and if they were meant to be here, then, you know, God will send them back to us, but they will send them back to us in a form of being maybe healthier than what they were before, maybe being whole for what they've been before. And then when I'm also hearing Spirit say too, that their time is up, meaning like that chapter of your life is closed, so it's time to move on to a new chapter, and you can't take certain people with you in the process. Anyway, so let me finish. And it says, but between the two opposing energies, feminine energy is the hardest one to embrace. It requires trust and lack of fear. Trust that all is as it should be, and the absence of fear of things not getting done. Perhaps in the past you have been hurt when you were embracing your feminine energy, physically and mentally. This was the free will of the person who hurt you. It was not caused by being who you were. Do not let the actions of another dictate who you need to be. Examine your feminine side. Become friends with her again. Alternative, this card represents an important woman in the seeker's life. So anyway, but I also said too, remember I said with the two guys in the dream, again, it could just be a feminine, it just showing up. They carry a masculine energy, but could be a feminine. And just with the mere fact of, them kissing the other person is like they let their guards down in a sense. Like they decided to become vulnerable is what I was getting when the male follicle was being showed. So keep that in mind as well too. Anyway, so let me pull this last deck real quick. Just one card, please, Spirit. Just one card, please. Overall message. That is a pure white light and pure unconditional love only. That is a pure white light and pure unconditional love only. What messages, God, Soul, Spirit, do you have for the collective? What message do you want them to know? What is the overall message that you want the collective to know? What is the overall message? Thank you, Spirit. Moon cycles. It says, Archangel Hanel, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifests and capitalize upon these cycles. I'm being told to, thank you. Two more came out just as they should. And it says, remember who you are. Archangel Michael, you are a powerful, loving, creative child of God. You are very loved. And then this last one says, leadership. For those of you who it's applying to, it says, Archangel Gabriel, it's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovely guiding others. So anyway, with all that being said, y'all, I hope you guys have a safe New Year's, and I hope you guys just remember, when you set those intentions of things that you're gonna do, just know that God's gonna test you. In other words, when you say you're gonna do certain things, whether it be if you want to lose weight, God's just gonna kind of test you and see. So just with the mere fact of setting intentions, just be mindful of what you're setting, because just know that those tests are going to come along. I'm not telling you not to set it, but if you all willing and ready to challenge yourself and ready for the test, for whatever it may be, and even if it's something that you're thinking but you don't want to say out loud, trust me and believe me, God will test you even with what's in your heart, should I say. And make it to a situation, because as I said, it was going through the tunnel, that can come up. Whatever is buried deep down inside the heart, that definitely can come up and come out, should I say. Anyway, y'all have a happy new year. Stay blessed. Stay sweet. Stay safe, more importantly. And just remember to always keep God first. And you know what? Let me say this. I have to thank God. I have to thank God. I have to thank God. I can't tell you. When I say I can't, let me just say this. God has been good. God has been good. God has been good. And God has been good. Let me just say this. Spirit has been good. Yesterday, when me and my daughter was walking, it was absolutely dark outside. And I told you that we walk early in the morning. So I say all that to say, we was walking and we and for some particular reason, I was being guided to walk another direction. But this house kept flashing. The house light, that's why this is synchronicities, the signs that the universe try to send us at times, little warning signs, whether it be warning or whether it be just letting you know, hey, I'm here, or, you know, this is me talking to you. You know how the lights flicker on and off in the house sometimes? You know, they let you know that sometimes spirit is showing up. Well, somebody's house was blinking, and I was like, wait a minute. I said, this is a little weird. I was like, at first, is that a Halloween? Or was that supposed to be like a Christmas light or something? Because I was just like, that light was just really sending like a SOS type signal. I was like, that's really weird. And then as I got closer to it, I was like, you know what? I said, okay. Then spirit was like, that's the warning I'm trying to give you. So I couldn't figure out what the warning was just yet, right? But it wasn't until I was like, then we had to walk back that same direction, right? And it was still flashing, because I was going to say, let me see if it's still flashing. I thought maybe their light was just kind of tripping or whatever, but I didn't dismiss the fact that it was just flashing. But I say all that to say, we came back, it was still flashing. I said, okay, that is definitely a warning for what I don't know. But then lo and behold, when I got close to home, right, I realized what the warning was. Just that whole day in general, it was like so many different things happened. Oh my God, like I saw like 7 cop cars going one direction. They was all lined up behind each other. I was like, what the hell is going on? The fire station that's near my house, it was almost like the sirens started going off. I was like it was just so many different alarms that was just letting me know. And it was like the universe was just reminding me of warning, warning, warning. Just watch the people around you. So not only that, but then later on that day, I saw 2 different accidents or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, I pray and hope that these people are okay, right? And then not only that, but today, like I went out, right? And then took the kids for a little ride or whatever the case may be. And then just, I saw, and it came in threes, just like I said, like these 3 cars, they were like aggressively driving, and all 3 of them were following each other, weaving in and out of traffic. But let me remind you that they were so close up on my bumper. And it wasn't just me, because they was trying to go around me, but I believe I was in the either next to the middle lane, either the middle lane or either the far right-hand lane. And I was kind of doing around about the speed limit or just a little under, but nevertheless, I saw them kind of coming in my rearview mirror. And then I saw one car hurp and get over. He was like really close to the back of my bumper. And then I saw another car doing the same thing. And then another one after that. I was like, what the hell is going on? Then all of a sudden, then I see them zooming, you know, over and then doing the same thing, you know, weaving in and out of traffic, all 3 of them. But again, they were coming in threes. So anyway, which is so funny, because yesterday we saw the 2 different accidents, and then we saw I'm so grateful. Let me just say, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, because I have to ask for protection when I go out and about. You know, I pray over my car, and I pray for protection over my car, you know, that God's source spirit will repel any and all negative energy from around me, and so on from my car, as well as from my daughter's car when she's driving it, and my loved one cars. And I say all that to say, excuse me, just yesterday, just seeing so much stuff that was happening, it's just letting me know that this energy is definitely ramping up. So I just want y'all to be mindful of that. Stay aware, stay vigilant. Just remember that everybody is on their own journey, learning their own lessons, and it may come in a form of what we're considering maybe bad, but they're learning a lesson too, you know. I clearly remember seeing one guy a couple of weeks ago drive over the medium just to pull into the gas station. I thought he was having an emergency. And lo and behold, he pulled into the gas station. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I didn't want to judge him, but, you know, I was just like, what? I was like, okay, he got out his car so slow, walking and moving. I was like, oh, I was like, okay, well, maybe he's about to run out of gas. But then I don't know. It was just crazy. So that was just letting me know, even back then, that energy was just starting to ramp up a little bit. Anyway, y'all. So y'all stay blessed, stay sweet. As I said before, have a happy new year. Have a safe new year. And until the next prophetic message, that's all I can say. I wish you all much love, much light, and I say peace and blessings. Bye.